Dance Central for the Kinect represents a daring take on the music and rhythm game that kicks arrows and dance mats to the curb for slick moves and real-life choreography. Crafting bold experiences from untried hardware is no new challenge for harmonics, but even the pros can sometimes miss a beat. Does Dance Central stay on point? With the Kinect as your portal to fresh moves and sick tricks, Dance Central entertains the notion that nearly anyone with a steady rhythm can be a fly girl or boy, given enough practice. But despite being as simple in theory as stepping out in front of the camera and busting a move, styling on the haters doesn't come easy. The real-life routines Dance Central asks you to learn hit fast and hard, and you'll need a little bit of prep time before strutting your stuff on the dance floor.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Prior to tackling each song, you have the option to break it down in each of its 3 difficulties, which essentially puts you in a training mode that runs through each of its individual steps. It's an important feature that definitely takes the effort to show you the ropes. A voice in the background counts time to help you get your bearings, and there's even the option to slow down playback to help you hit a particularly tricky step.
Right, punch, left.
One fundamental difference that sets Dance Central apart from other music games is that it's not as easy to simply jump in a song without some kind of preparation. While the game provides you with all the tools you need to learn, some will unavoidably be turned away by this aspect of the game.
Hell no! It ain't going down like that! Girls, get my things! I'm out of here!
Once it's time to boogie, Dance Central presents a soundtrack of 30-plus tracks covering a wide expanse of eras and styles. From disco and pop locking to jerking and new jack swing, pretty much anyone that's tapped their foot to something on the radio in the last 30 years is bound to find a song worth dancing to here. Challenges consisting of a medley of routines offer a more intense level of play for those seeking it, but the game is completely devoid of a traditional career mode. There are also no user-end customization features to speak of, and multiplayer is limited to 2-player dance battles that are really just about switching off per verse.
Player 2, show yourself!
Songs set on easy make Dance Central a pretty serviceable party game, but given the relatively high difficulty settings, the necessity for practice, and the game's current inability to track multiple targets at once, it's apparent that the game is structured for a single-player experience. Ultimately, Dance Central offers a fun new way to dance in a video game. It's just not as feature-rich as the more established names in the rhythm game world, though healthy DLC support will go a long way towards remedying this.
Making it look easy.
I'm about to show you what makes me so special.
Other games like Just Dance present a premise similar to Dance Central's, but their execution isn't nearly as precise. Judging players on limb placement, movement, and an overall sense of rhythm, Dance Central is as probably close to the real thing as you can get without getting in front of a judging committee. Random flailing gets you nowhere. The game marks errant limbs in a castigating red glow, docking you points for faking the funk. At times, however, it can be difficult to tell if the game is too critical in its appraisal of your skills, or not critical enough. In one instance, we kept getting one move wrong simply because the game knew that one arm was supposed to be in front of the other. Other times, the game felt much more lenient. Generally, though, the game definitely knows what you're doing and what you're not. When Dance Central rates your performance, you feel like you can hang your hat on it. It's a far cry from the fuzzy logic that some other games rely upon. With over 600 individual moves coded into the game, the burden of learning initially seems heavy, but thanks to the game's great flashcard-style interface, reading and retaining moves simply boils down to a matter of repetition. Before long, recalling moves either by sight or their silly names becomes an almost instantaneous process, which enables the dancing to feel more natural and free. With many of the songs drawing upon a shared pool of moves, attentiveness and memorization are definitely essential elements of gameplay. Dance Central does the challenge and process of performed choreography justice in a way true to the craft, but well in the spirit of the game. Sure, you may not look like a dancer, but you'll definitely feel like one in the end.
Rinse and repeat. It's not just about skill. You need pasión.
With pulsing visuals and a cool style, Dance Central exhibits a rich, exaggerated look, not unlike that seen in other Harmonix games. If you would call Rock Band a playful caricature of the music scene, consider this a hip-hop homage to street culture and its diverse topography of dance. Fluidly mo-capped character models bump, jump, and gyrate at a silky smooth clip, while the game's colorful environments light up each routine in a very literal fashion. It all comes together in an attractive package of picture and sound that perfectly resonates its themes. If only there were just a little bit more of everything to take in. Much like the original Guitar Hero, Dance Central nails the essence and charm of its ubiquitous format in its very first act. Were the feature set more diverse and the breadth of content larger, Harmonix's dry run into dance would have been an unmitigated success. Either way, you'll be hard-pressed to find a Kinect game this holiday season as fun or addictive as this. If sports seem stale and Tiger Cubs unappealing, perhaps it's time to put on your dancing shoes.
It's tiring being this good. Know what I'm saying? Celebrating at the club tonight. Who's with me?